live Las Vegas Sun High School Football Media Day. We're in the Utah Summer Games interview room at the beautiful Red Rock Resort. Shout out to our presenting sponsors, the A's, Las Vegas Aviators, and Zero Team Fatalities. This is the Liberty High Patriots, Coach Rich Morocco. Coach, tell us who you brought today.
So I have Trent Tufele here with me, defensive lineman, senior, and wide receiver, senior, Kellen Iwamoro.
Yeah, Coach, you are a seasoned, old, savvy veteran, and I know the beginning of the year is always a time to rejoice, take stock in the team. How's this year's team separated itself from some of your others?
Yeah, I love this time of year. I like each phase of the year, but the beginning of the year is awesome because it's a fresh start. Everybody's enthused. We got guys competing for jobs. We're going to be a younger team by our standards, probably than the last few years, but we've got a lot of really good players, a handful of seniors, leadership that went through some tough times last year as far as our standards go, but we're doing a good job, so I'm excited about this season.
I'm glad you brought it up. I was going to ask you about, lost to Coronado for the first time in 15 years.
17.
17,
yeah.
Sorry. Great game with Harborview.
Yeah.
Do you throw the tape away from that, or is that on the bulletin board? How does that motivate you guys, or is it just a new year we turn the page?
Obviously the Harborview game was huge. We knew that it came down to that game. Would have put us on the opposite side of the bracket at Gorman, and we felt like we would have been back in the state championship game if that would have happened. A couple plays here or there made the difference, and credit to them, they got the win. Coronado, that one stung. We hadn't lost to them in 17 years, but they kicked our butts. We played poorly, and it's definitely something that's been circled. That game's circled for us, come the end of the year. So we're excited to show everybody that it was a minor slip up for us. Nothing that they're going to be able to count on this year.
Yeah, I know you like to read, and I saw that Harborview was ranked, I think, 122nd in the nation.
Yep.
Gorman, third in the nation.
Yeah.
Here you guys are. You're not even sniffing the top 300. Is that
right.
bulletin board material, or is that just the lead on the
email? Nah, we've been High School Football America does a great job. We've been ranked nationally for a lot of years now, and we don't deserve to be ranked. We finished 5 and 7 last year, so there's no reason to believe that we're one of the top 300 teams in the country. At the end of the day, a lot of those rankings are based on what you did last year, and it's nice to get the recognition on a national stage, but I care about what's going to happen this year, so that's where we're at. Rankings don't really mean anything.
Got it. Kellen, when I think of Liberty, I think of big, strong linemen, great, strong running game, winning close ball games. How do you guys keep that tradition rolling this year, just being a dominant team?
I think ever since last year, when we got back in the weight room, it was just an unacceptable year. We've been lifting hard, working really hard, just not to allow us to fall below our standard. So I think, just keeping that in mind, working hard, and, through spring ball through now, the linemen, I don't think they've had a day off since then, since February. So, just working hard to be dominant, and, it starts up front, so just working hard to stay strong up there.
Yeah, so Trent, you've been working every day since February, you just said.
Yes, sir.
How confident are you in this season? How excited are you to get going?
I'm way more confident now. I feel like these 2 days have been helping a lot. Every day, morning and night. It's just improved a lot since last year, and I'm glad that we're actually having a team bond too.
Yeah. Coach, give us a breakdown of some of your personnel. Who are some other players that we could look for big things from?
Yeah, like I said, certain position groups we're going to be a little on the young side, guys that don't really have varsity film, but we're excellent JV football players. They're going to be able to step up and show what they can do this upcoming season. But we do have several guys that were really big contributors last year. Led here, Kellen Iwamoro is our leading wide receiver, punt returner, kickoff returner. He had, 12 or 13 touchdowns last year and led our team in receiving. So he's just a playmaker. We got to get him the ball. We have another several wide receivers. I think that's like the depth of the wide receiver position is probably the strength of our team right now. You know, any one of the 5 or 6 guys can catch the ball and take it to the house, so it's exciting when you have that kind of depth. Obviously, we have an absolute stud of a running back. You know, he's got 13 offers, you know, Wisconsin, Michigan State, big-time schools, you know, SEC, Arkansas. You know, so when you got a kid like that in your backfield that's only going to be a junior and a big offensive line, like you mentioned, you know, we can feed him the rock. And, you know, I think offensively we're going to be all right. The one position right now that we're still battling is at quarterback. We got several guys that are really, really good. Selby Grigo's looking great right now. We have a transfer from out of state. Romero, Reinaldo's looking really good. And then we have our freshman quarterback from last year that's competing as well, Madden De La Cruz. So we'll see who kind of shines over the next month and who gets the start at the start of the season. But they're going to have a lot of weapons around them offensively. You know, defensively, linebackers probably the position group where we've been kind of known for over the last maybe 5, 6, 7 years. We've had several Division I football players. This year's group's kind of flying under the radar a little bit, so I'm excited to see who's going to step up from that group. But Trent plays D-line. He's a force to handle up there. You know, our secondary's all solid players. So I'm really excited about our team. I think like our depth and the way we've come together and bonded over the summer, like Trent mentioned, you know, is going to play well for us this season.
Yeah, Trent, one of the cool things about Liberty is you guys travel the region playing in a bunch of games. How does that help get ready for the season? And is that like the most important game that stands out on the schedule, or is it one of these local games?
The local teams, but gets us ready by, usually we start February, so all the way to where we're at now. And pretty much.
You think which out-of-state game you looking forward to the most?
Sky Ridge right now.
Sky Ridge?
Yeah.
Because it's the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Coach Morocco, if my job fails, I'm going to come do some interviews for me later on today. But this is the Liberty Patriots with something to prove this year, I think. The old veteran coach is all fired up. Shout out one more time to our event sponsors, Utah Summer Games, Phase 1 Elite, the U.S. Navy, and New World Graphics for the schools. TI, Strip Sack, TV.
Michael Lewis, he's not here today.
Same kid from last year.
Yeah, he'll be a junior.
He's slumming around pretty good.
Yeah, he can get after it. I want to take seniors though, so.
It's okay. Just want to, you know how it is now.
Yeah.
Kids are going everywhere. So, all right, you guys.
We in this camera here?
That one right there.
Okay, sounds good.
Are you guys all ready? Yes, sir. All right. All right, this is the 2025 Las Vegas Sun High School Football Media Day. We're in the Utah Summer Games interview room at beautiful Red Rock Resort. Shout out to our presenting sponsors, the A's, Las Vegas Aviators, and Zero Team Fatalities. This is the Green Valley Gators, Coach Bill Powell, linebacker/safety Roman Adams, and my guy Evan Williams, who's going to lead the world in touchdowns this year. Coach, how's it look so far?
Good, thanks, Ray. First of all, thanks for having us. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a really interesting off season and summer. Our school's been under construction, so we faced some logistical challenges. But to these guys' credit, they've done a great job. We lost a lot of really key players, but I'm really excited about this group. Had a great spring. It's carried over in the summertime, so I'm really excited about our prospects. So,
Yeah.
good bunch.
Yeah, you were a head coach in California.
Yes, sir.
And now, kind of seeing our brand of football here in Southern Nevada. How is it? What did you learn about football here last year?
There's a lot of great athletes here, and you got to prepare every week for a lot of speed. A lot of teams out here spread run the spread concepts, and so you really day in and day out have to prepare for that kind of stuff. It's a little bit different where I came from. We still had some people running wing tee and doing some things running the football that's a little more not as prevalent out here. But you know what? Everywhere I've been, kids are kids. This is a great bunch of kids. I'm having a blast. I think me being here a whole year, having an off season go through with them, which I did not have last year. I didn't get here till late. Kind of will show, hopefully, some benefits of me being here for a little bit. But, man, I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
So you guys were one of the better teams in the Class 5A2 last year, or 1A, or whatever they call it. Earned the promotion up to the big league, good opportunity to play against the Arborviews and Gormans and Liberties. How do you get your kids ready for that challenge, and how rewarding is it to get to play at that top level?
You know what? With everything that we've gone through, we kind of came up with a mantra, DMGB. It doesn't matter, get better. And that's kind of our approach. We're going to play who's in front of us. We respect everybody. We're just trying to control our narrative, which is trying to get better. I talked to these guys, and I think they will echo this, that there's only a couple things in life you can control. That's your attitude and your effort. And as long as we do that, our schedule is going to be laid out the way it's laid out, and we're going to go play and compete. And I don't have any doubt these kids are going to play hard and play the game the right way. So, yeah, it's exciting. We want to test ourselves against the best that we can.
Yeah. Roman, defensively, how do you slow down some of the other teams? How's the defense look?
Yeah, no, as you saw last year, we got a lot of blitz schemes from last year, but we got a new defense this year, and we're just focused on us right now. We're worried about, not too much. We're just going and looking for the long game, so.
I love to watch you guys play last year. 1 week you were, I was like, oh, look at Green Valley, because I'm going. And next week it's like, oh, wow, what happened to Green Valley?
Yeah.
How do you guys get a little more consistent this year?
Yeah, like Coach said, last year we had a couple coach changes, so this year we've been pretty consistent in the offseason. We've been working, so we're just putting our heads down and grinding every day.
Yeah. Evan, how's the offense look? How are you guys going to score some points?
Our offense is looking great, man. I give all the thanks to my lineman and my quarterback. I wouldn't be here in the position that I am without them. So, we're all battling challenges that we can't control. As Coach said, we have construction at the school, but we're all just, doesn't matter, get better, like he said. So, I'm really excited to see what our offense can do this year, as well as that. So.
They didn't touch the scoreboard, though, right?
Oh, no, that's sacred ground now. You don't get anywhere near that, me included. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, the best part about Green Valley is they've got a scoreboard that's bigger than this room.
Life.
And everybody doesn't want to buy tickets, so they line the fence on the outside to watch the games.
Yeah, it is a heck of a deal, and it's a thing that the kids take a lot of pride in. So.
Yeah. Evan, the schedule, what's a game you might be looking forward to playing?
Looking forward to playing the biggest fish we got, man. I would say Arborview. We all wake up at 6 in the morning. We're all out there. We all bleed the same. So I don't really, we're just gonna get out there and just do what we can against them.
Yeah. Coach, mentioned some of your players. I know we got Evan Roman here. We got a few other people you mentioned.
Yeah, we got Bryce Clark, who's here with us today too. He's him and Roman are 3-year starters. Bryce is really the lone offensive lineman returning, so going to lean heavily on his leadership. I think we have potentially a chance to be really good up front, but we are young. We graduated 4 seniors off that group, and Bryce, like I said, will be a 3-year starter, so we're going to lean heavily on him. He's going to be one of the best offensive linemen in the city, and I believe he's one of the best long snappers in the country. I really believe that. And Michael Lewis, we mentioned a little bit, our quarterback, who kind of got put into action early last year, has some special skill sets that he's one of the few kids, and you can't really teach that. He is very comfortable in uncomfortable situations. So he can get himself out of trouble and extend plays, and we're going to rely on him a lot. We're going to kind of be a backfield by committee at this point. We don't have any, our top 3 running backs all graduated, so if we had to play a game today, Alicio Gerardo would probably start. But like I said, kids are going to get an opportunity. We got Evan's younger brother, Ty Williams, who's 6'3" and about 180 pounds himself, that we're going to expect a lot from. But don't get it twisted. Everything's going to go through this guy right here. We're going to try to find ways to get him the football, hand it to him, pitch it to him, throw it to him. Just to be honest, I wouldn't trade this kid for anybody in the city. I know what he's about, and I think he's that talented. So he knows the expectation. I hold him to a high standard. He doesn't like that sometimes, and that's okay. But we're gonna try to create opportunities for him, and I think with guys like Roman on defense, and Evans are going to have to play a lot more defense this year. We're going to be really fast on defense. Our D-line, I think, is going to be one of the strengths of our team, which is a good place to start. So, like I said, I'm excited about it. There's a lot of unknowns about Green Valley football, but I tell you what, I wouldn't trade them, and we're going to play hard, and looking forward to our first game against a really good team out of California, Northview from Covina.
You know what I know about Green Valley football, Coach? Henderson Bowl is the game.
It's a big one.
It's,
I found that out.
it is like, for some reason, there'll be years when Green Valley is great, basic is awful, and it's in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out, Roman, why is that game fun for you to be in?
Yeah, so obviously it's a big game, goes back generations, but it's just huge for everybody, so it just means a lot more. So everybody leaves everything out there, every play, no matter what. So as you said, like some years, other teams will be better than others, but it doesn't matter. Everybody leaves it all out there every year, so it's just big.
Alrighty, well, this is the Green Valley Gators, Henderson, Nevada. Shout out to our event sponsors, Utah Summer Games, Phase 1 Elite, the U.S. Navy, and New World Graphics for this custom, okay?
Appreciate it.